Ann Cornick for Paint and Porcelain Exchange. And hopefully this is geared towards beginner painters as well as people who are returning and are experienced painters, just to kind of keep you painting. That's the whole purpose of this. And so tonight we're going to finish up our thistles. And I have my final already done, and I can show you what it looks like. This is my vase that I was working on. This is how the final came out. We're going to be doing a lot of pen work. See the pen work there? And as I turn it, you'll see we have some shadow work up in here. We'll be doing that. We'll also be doing pen work down on the leaves and on the, like the base of these. And well, here's some more shadow work. So you get an idea of what my final piece will look like. This is my piece that I will be painting on. This is the thistle piece that I will be painting on. So this is the way it looks now. And I have 3 different vignettes on here. And one of the things I've already done is I've drawn in, like down here, where I think I might want a shadow leaf. Up here I drew in where I might want a shadow bud. And I'll just show you how to do those. You don't have to do them, but this would be an opportunity to kind of see how you do them. So the first thing we're going to do on this is we're going to start with these little shadow leaves and things that I have put on here. And then we're going to darken the leaves and maybe do a little wash over them. I'm using, well, I'll try this brush. This is a 1/4 inch. Clean my brush, make sure it's clean, and away we go. I use a combination of full load and full load is like this. If full load is when you, let me put this down for a minute. You do this is a full load when you take all the paint on the brush. Side load is when you take and you just put a little bit on the corner of the brush to give it a little bit of color. Okay, and I'm going to start with my my little shadow buds, and I'm just, oops, it's a little heavy. I'm just gonna lightly brush them in like this, kind of circular, you know, because those are the little buds right there. And then on top, I'm doing a bud like this, but I'm doing it as a shadow bud. And on top, it's gonna be more like this. See, just like that. And that's all you have to do for that. Now, because I did it there, I think this is a little off center. So I'm going to get myself my liner. And I'm going to take a little gray and just bring this down so that it's, oops, there we go. Ah. And if I don't like that, all right, you can just go like this right over it. There we go, that's probably better. And if I don't like that, I can always wipe it off. You don't have to leave it on. And I have found, and I think I mentioned this another time, that this is terrific. These are those stubs, and they're wonderful. And you can do a lot with them. So now we're going to do the shadow leaf down here at the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. In this case, I'm going to take, and I'm going to, ooh, I got a lot of purple on there. Let's get it off, okay. I'm going to take my full load of gray, side load of the berry, and I'm just going to do just like I did the original one. I'm just going to do like this to the center and out, kind of like you're doing a holly leaf. And then you're going to turn it a little bit. I'm trying to stay in focus here, and bring it this way and bring it all the way out to the edge. Add a little more color, turn it around, and you're going to start out here, and you're going to come forward and bring it to the edge, and forward and bring it to the edge. And then if you want to, I've got a little there, okay. Then if you want to, you can go down the middle with a little bit of this, and there you have your shadow leaf. Now, if you think it's too dark, you can tap it with your finger, just a little to get some of the color off. And if you need to shape it a little more, you can use your stub, because it won't leave any kind of residue on there. And I like that about these. So there you go. And those are my shadow things. So if you wanted those up there. Alrighty. So now let's get busy with the leaf. I'm going to do a couple of things with the real leaves now. I'm going to go through and add a little bit of, oops, got to get a little oil on here. Add a little bit of depth, and I'm going to just do it here and here. And then I think I'm going to put a little bit of that same depth just along the edge, there, there, and there. And then turn it over and come back this way. Let me do it. I'm using warm brown green full load and a side load of the shading green. Okay, and then I'm going to also do it here. This side I think is dark enough, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to make those a little bit darker there. See? And if you look at it when I turn it around, you can see why it just really didn't need it. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it over this way. Oops, here we go. And I'm going to do the same thing here. So I've got it upside down sort of, and I've got it here. I'm coming to the middle. Here I'm coming to the side. Oops, need a little more side load there because I want this dark there. Okay. And then I'm going to take it from the edge back to here and over to here. Same thing here, here to here. It doesn't really need it up in there. I have a little overage right here. That's because I'm holding it. If I could just set it down all the time, I would be fine. And so I'm just cleaning that up. See how I do that? Very simple. And then I'm just going to lightly pull some of this. I may have to put a more prominent vein down the middle of this, even though they're supposed to be white. I don't think the white really does them justice. So I'm just doing this and this. Okay, and I've got that one done down there. Now, up on top, on these guys, I am going to put a little bit of the darker green at the bottom here. This is just side loading with the shading green. I'm going to do that at the bottom here. And I'm going to do it at the bottom over here. Yep, let me get more shading green there. And there. Pull it up this side a little bit because this is the darker side. And I'm also going to do it on this little bud here. Okay. Oops, I noticed this guy here. We didn't even get to him. There. There. Okay. Alrighty. Boy, oh boy. And now I'm going to mix the pen oil, and we're going to work on the pen here. The only other thing, you notice that these are really, the ones I did previously are really, really pink. If I wanted more pink in the top here, I could just take my liner, dip into the berry, and add a little more pink. And just go like this. And that would just add that little more pink if I wanted it. And then you'd have to take your Pico-Pay though and go back and just smooth it a little, because there I got a little too much, got carried away. Okay. And if you think you need a little more at the bottom here, you can do that. So what you're really doing is just touching things up, right? You're just making them look a little better for you, a little more the way you'd like to see them look. I think I need a little more there. Okay. Alrighty. So now let's do the pen work. I'm going to use powder in this case because I'm going to be using the pen oil and I want it to be super fresh to work the way I want it to on this. So Oh, that's way too much. It's as if I were mixing a... You don't need as much for pen oil because it's going to be very thin, but that's what I've got, is I've got just a little bit down there. Okay. And then I'm taking, and this is the Amps Easy Flow, AMP5. It's not Amps, it's AMP5 Easy Flow. I get this from Dallas, China. And I'm just going to take, and I'm just going to, this is my bottle, okay? And I'm just going to put my knife in on an angle. Can you see that? And it loads like the bottom half of my knife, just a little bit. And that helps me start getting enough to spread it around a little bit. And then I wipe off as much as I can, and I just go back into the bottle. I've never had it contaminate, so I don't worry about that. And it's getting a little soupier. It's not soupy enough yet. How do I know that? Because when I scoop it up like this and go like this, oh, it does drip. I was going to say it won't drip, but it does drip. Okay, it's ready. I thought it had to be a little soupier, but I guess it doesn't. Okay. Now there are two things that you need to do on this. The first thing is you just need to gently outline, and we're going to see if this stuff really works. You just need to gently outline. You can go back over any of the, you know, the little stems that you need to. But yeah, it works. It works fine. But you're also going to outline, well, it did work fine. There we go. You are going to outline a little bit of these leaves, and you're going to make sure that they have a nice little point on them. Now, you don't have to outline the whole leaf. If you just want to hit a couple of little highlights there, and make sure you get the end, because it's that sticky, you know, that pointy part that you really want to accent on these. Can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah. I'm doing the middle. They don't really have side veins. I looked at them and they don't. There we go. So that's what I've done so far. Oh, here, wait, I know down here I definitely want to put a little bit of a, there. Okay. So that's what I've done so far with these leaves over on this side. And I've enhanced all the leaves, and I put in the shadow leaves. They will fire out a little. Got one more leaf to do here, then we're done with the leaves. Here, let me, every once in a while you kind of have to re-scoop your ink, pile it up new. And here I might do it this way. You can decide where you want to do the line that you pull out to make the little point. It's entirely up to you. You know, if you're right-handed, left-handed, that could make a huge difference on it too. And then you want to go down the middle. And I think I want this over here to have a little. Okay, so that's how I've done that guy there. Okay, now the tricky part, not really. You're going to do the buds. The buds are hard. And so the way you're going to do the buds are this way. Okay, I'm going to do it upside down because I want to make sure you can see it. You're going to make little triangles wherever you made those little dots. Remember how we made those little dots last time? Well, you're going to make little triangles over those. Then you're going to go down to the next level and do the same thing. You're going to try to alternate them. So where two come together, the two bases come together, you're going to have a higher one there, like that. So that they aren't like lined up, they alternate. Kind of like bricks. You know what I mean with the bricks? I'm going to do this and see what we get. Okay. There we go. With the bricks. There, okay. And we're going to do this and this. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do here, 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 and here, and here. Then the other thing you're going to do is they have little stickies that come out from them. So you're going to go oh, got to get more ink on there. And you're going to put little stickies on them. You only have to put them out here. You can't really see them if you're up on top of it. They just won't show. So just put them out in the outer part like that. And there's what I've done there. Oops, there. See them? I'll back off a little so it's a little clearer. For some reason you get too close and it's not as clear. Okay. And you're going to do that on each of these. You're going to do it here. And then the same thing here, we're going to do, you can do them up. You can do them any direction you want. But you want them to look sticky, prickly. Okay, that's the second one I did there. Can you see that? And then we're going to do the third. Same idea. We're going to go up, 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 up. There we go. And then you alternate. You do a little bit there, up, 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 up. You're making little little up and downs, like little, not triangles, but kind of like triangles, not exactly. All right, that guy's done. And then we're just going to do his little things that come out the side here. Trying to make them real, here, let me do it this way. Can you still see there? Yeah. I think I need just a little bit more oil. Let me grab a little more oil. Not more than that. That's better. Okay. I think this will make these little stickies a little stickier. Just seemed like that could use a little more oil and a little more liquid in it. Okay, and we're going to do here. Oh, got carried away. Here, 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 here. And there you have them. So they look particularly prickly. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is just go down here. This is the only other one I missed. And the final thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take my brush. This is a small brush, 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch, little 1/4 inch brush here. I'm going to take a little bit of the berry, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the berry here, just to give it a little color. Maybe a little wash down in here. And I think that that's probably just enough to give it a little color so that it's not so bland. You could also do a little turquoise if you prefer. I might do a little turquoise up in here, you know. Oops, you can't even see it. There. And then if you go out, which I did a little bit here, you gotta go in there. And some of these little prickies, if they don't come out exactly the way you want them to, you know, you can always make them a little more obvious by using a stump or something similar and just shaving off whatever you don't like that's there so that it looks a little bit more exact and closer to what you want to see. So those are some ideas for you. Okay, so that's that section there, and I've already signed my name. This section's about the same. We're going to do the same thing. So we'll be doing, we'll be taking the brush. I was using the 1/2 inch. And on this one, I'm going to take and do my green with a little bit of berry already mixed in it and just do this. Then I'll switch back to my green with a little bit of shading green, and I'll do, oops, I want to make sure you can see. I'm going to do down in here. Got to pull it up this way a little bit. And use that stump. There we go. Get it there. Now I had a shaded one down there. I will get to that in a minute. Let me just fix. Here, let me move this back a little so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to fix this guy here. He's just a little there. Better. Okay, and then over on this side, I'm going to take this with a little bit of this and just take a little bit of the dark. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes. And just come over. Oh, too dark. Where's my stump? Here we are. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of this color on the end here. Let me flip it over so you can see. There we go. Had to get my colors straight here. Okay. And then I'm going to put my shadow leaf in at the bottom here. So there's going to be a shadow leaf right there. And again, the shadow leaf we're going to make is going to be gray, full load of gray, side load of berry. And I'm just going to come in, where did I have him come in? Right here. And out here. Need a little more gray so it looks more like a shadow. These you don't play with too much. You just put them in and that's it. Flip it over. Can you see my shadow up there at the top? Yep. Come here, you. And then we're going to put a little of this down the middle here. And I'm going to have to shape this guy because my hand and then these bumps here just did not want to shape for me. So this is how you can shape. See what I'm doing there? There. And, oh, and there. Oh, that's good. A little more gray there. And now we're doing the pen work. So we're going to start up here with the pen work. Come straight down. I'm just doing these little guys since we just finished the other. And I'm going to bring it over here, here, straight down. And there's a little one that comes down here in front of that. That's the reason I wanted to make sure you could see it. Can you see what's going in there? And I'm going to go around these guys and make them a little picky. Oh, picky. Oh, come on. There we go. Get that little guy down the middle there. And we're going to do this guy. Mute. And this guy. Okay, we're going to do these little up and downers. And then we're going to do them there. Then we alternate them like bricks. Coming down. And then you do the pickies out the side. I mean, you can do them on the flower itself, on the bud thing itself, but you're not going to see them. Just to recap, we did the shadow leaves using gray and a little berry. Oh yeah, I did it. And then we took and we did the pen work. Did the little, make these look really thorny. We did it around the leaves to make them look really thorny. And then we also did, what else did we, oh, we did a wash. So we took either a berry, see the berry there, or we took a turquoise and we did a wash on it. So I have to decide now on this what color I'm going to make, either the bands or the band down here or all of them. If I'm going to paint this, I should probably do it before I put it in the kiln this time. Like I said, on this one, I did the gold, and that was my first real attempt at gold, and I think it turned out fine, and I like it. So I might put a little gold on this too. I don't know. I have to kind of decide. Pick up those brushes, keep painting, and thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the program, and I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe so that other people can learn more about China painting and we can get the word out to more people. You also can look at the links below. My Paintnporcelain.com website has a lot of freebies and printables for new and experienced painters, as well as studies, supplies, and even some of my hand-painted china. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time.